On our screen, we have what is the decrease in volume of air when pyrogarol is shaken with 30 cm cube of air. Now, we have to consider the gases that are present in air. Now, if we have air, the gases that are present are, number one, we have nitrogen. Number two, we have oxygen. We have carbon dioxide. We have, what is it? The noble gases, or we call them the inert gases, or the unreactive what? Gases. Does it make sense? Now, let's equally consider their percentage composition in air. Now, nitrogen, the percentage composition of nitrogen in air is around 78, 79%, but let's take 78%. That of oxygen is around 20%, 21%, but I'll take 20% here. Now, carbon dioxide is around 0.03, 0.05%, but let's take 0.03%. Now, that of noble gases around 0.9% to 1%. Let's take 0.9%. Does it make sense? Now, they're asking us, what is the decrease in volume of air when pyrogarol is shaken with 30 cm cube of air? Now, this is just like if you shake air with a substance called alkaline pyrogarol in the question, there is a decrease in volume of air. Now, what is that decrease in volume of what? Air. That's what they're asking us. Now, I want to explain something. This thing is just telling us that there are certain things you pass through air that remove certain gases in air. Does it make sense? Remember that we equally have water vapors in air. Now, it means that if I pass heated copper through air, the heated copper absorbs oxygen. Now, when it absorbs oxygen, it is definitely telling us that the percentage composition of oxygen taken out is 20%. Now, it means that the air now that was 100% initially is now around 80%, 70 something percent. Does it make sense? Now, if you pass air through alkaline pyrogarol, it will still remove oxygen. It will still remove oxygen, 20% of oxygen, because that's the percentage composition in air. Now, if you pass air through calcium hydroxide, lime water, calcium hydroxide will absorb this calcium carbon dioxide. That lime water will absorb the carbon dioxide, removing 0.03% of it from air. Do you understand? So in this context, we've learned that there are certain things, certain substances that when we pass them through air, they remove certain gases. Do you understand? So equally, when you pass calcium chloride or tetrodosulfosic acid through air, calcium chloride will absorb water. They are drying agents. Tetrodosulfosic acid will equally absorb water since they are drying agents. They have strong affinity for water. Does it make sense? Now, this is telling us that whenever we pass this alkaline pyrogarol in the question through air, it will absorb what? Oxygen. Means that it will take 20% of oxygen. Now, what's the volume of air in the question? It is 30 cm cube. So imagine when 20% was taken away from 30 cm cube. What is the answer? So I have 20% of 30. What it will be 20 over 100 times 30 over 1. So cancel 0, cancel 0, cancel 0, cancel 0. So I'm having 2 times 3. It is 6 cm cube. So it means that in that 30 cm cube of air, oxygen is occupying what? How many volume? What's the volume of oxygen? Oxygen is occupying 6 cm cube, right? So this is the volume of oxygen in this 30 cm cube of oxygen. Do you understand? In this 30 cm cube of what? Air. Does it make sense? So the answer now is definitely the 6 cm what? Cube. If we consider 20%. Remember that I told you that we can consider 21% of it. But now I'm considering what? 20%. Do you understand? So when you pass alkaline pyrogarol or heated copper, it removes what? 21% of what? Oxygen from air. So our answer in this question is 6 centimeter what? Cube, or 6 cubic what? Centimeter. Does it make sense? Please help me by sharing my videos. Bye bye.